Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. In this video we will talk about money magic with the great King Asmodeus. Now you may know Asmodeus as the god of lust, the god of fire, and may have collaborated with him already in means of love or sex magic. But let me tell you about my experience in working with him for business success, wealth generation, and monetary gain. And let me tell you it has been nothing short of amazing. Now before we go into my experience and the way that I lay out a wealth for money ritual with Asmodeus, let me tell you that if you're searching for more basic information about the great King Asmodeus, that there are multiple videos uploaded on this channel already about the spirit, including an invocation. So I will link these videos below. Feel free to check them out for further reference, more information, or meditative purposes. Now, when working with Asmodeus, I have been blown away times and again. I have started to work with him 2.5 years ago, and it's been a transformative journey. When you initiate yourself with the great God Asmodeus and with his fire, your whole life will transform, your mind will transform, and you will go through a purging process. You unleash a fire in your life that burns away old shackles, that burns away old patterns, that burns away old habits and ways of living to make room for new abundance flowing into your life. And abundance not only in a monetary sense, but in a mental, spiritual, and general sense as well. As I started working with him 2.5 years ago, initiating myself with him, it's been not only a transformative journey, but also a journey where time and again I was blown away by the results that he delivered and by the accuracy of description of the results during the ritual process. Now, you may wonder, how does that look like? And I want to give you a particular example because I think it is important for you to understand, who's seeking to transform their life in a financial or general way, that you have something to refer back to, something particular. In one of the rituals, I asked for a boost in finances. I've been going through a rough patch then, and multiple sources of income have diminished. I asked Asmodius for a particular amount of money, and he told me the exact sum and the exact time frame that it will arrive in my account. And surely enough, it did, with a way that I could have never expected. But the funny part is that if you let go of what I described, your old ways of thinking and being and behaving, these blessings of the universe can actually come through and be manifested in your life. If you stop holding yourself back subconsciously, if you let go of the limiting beliefs, of the beliefs that have been programmed into your subconscious mind by parents, peers, and surrounding, you can open yourself up for the abundance that you deserve. So surely enough, that was not the only time. In a more recent occasion, I've asked Asmodius to help me in one of my ventures. And just as always, he came through, and he came through with the intuitive signaling, with the thought, with a verbal representation of the exact amount of money and the way that it will arrive. And we are all programmed to doubt ourselves. Even me, who's been doing this sort of magic and money magic, who's proven time and again in my own life that it does work, and the manifestation and the methods at work, they are very effective. Even me, I still am programmed to have a second guessing or doubt. But surely enough, in the more recent cooperation, it again worked in the exact manner as described by him. The exact amount of money in the exact time frame, which is always just mind-blowing to me. So after this event took place, I felt a lot of gratitude for the spirit, and I wanted to share my experience and my approach to help you to invite this transformative energy into your life. And whoever is listening to this, I urge you to let go of any dogma, to let go of any stigmatization, to let go of any categorization, because anything that you know or may not know, if not generated through your own experience, is just what other people told you. And take even what I'm telling you with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that I have the ultimate knowledge or that what I describe here will be indicative of your experience. I just want to stimulate your mind and your senses to engage in these practices that have been transformative for myself, and share what has been working for me in an expression of gratitude for the results that were manifested. Now, to summarize, Asmodius has time and again helped me to get ahead in my financial life, to overcome dry streaks or periods of difficult financial situations, and I think we all encounter them. We encounter them because of the circumstances that are generated through our societal interaction, through the way that our society works. And I genuinely believe that everybody and every being deserves true abundance and has the access to true abundance in every single moment. If you connect with the energy of Asmodeus, the transformative fire, it re-enables you to be able to receive that abundance in your life. Asmodius is very good in burning away subconscious bridges and beliefs. He's very good in initiating transformative situations in your life that help you to progress from a mental and spiritual perspective so that you can be open to receiving abundance and money and progress. Because the reality is that you are where you are not because you're a victim of a situation, but because you keep re-enabling and reenacting in old patterns of behavior or thinking or doing. In order to change your situation, transformation is needed, and I genuinely believe that this is why working with the fire of Asmodeus, the fiery energy of Asmodeus in a wealth and money ritual is so potent. Not only is he a great king who is well versed when it comes to the abundance of what this universe holds for us, he is also a transformative force that helps you to let go of all of these things, beliefs, patterns that may hold you trapped in the situation that you are right now. So I'm eternally grateful for what Asmodeus has done for me time and again, and he's been more than a reliable teacher and guide to engage with when it came to tricky financial situations in my life. Not only financial situations, his guidance, his knowledge is far more reaching than just the mundane finances, but let's not fool ourselves. Sometimes we do need that extra bit of synchronicity, and sometimes we do need to engage with a transformative power that helps us to break free of the current situation that we may find ourselves, in quotations, trapped in. Sometimes we are so deeply embedded in old patterns of behavior that we cannot see the light, the fire, to come out of it. And like a phoenix out of the ashes, Asmodeus helps you to rise above what has been in the past and creates a more abundant version for you in the now. And this is exactly what I've experienced when working with him. Now, again, this is very mono-perspectively told. Asmodeus has a transformative power that is far more reaching than just the money, just the mundane money aspect. He has helped me in so many aspects of my life, but in this particular video, I do want to talk about the aspect of working with him when it comes to abundance and money. And in the description below, there will be a video linked about a colleague of mine, another practitioner, who's had a soul travel experience with Asmodeus, where he told her also about the abundance that every single human being deserves. We all deserve the best of the best. We all truly do. And the reason why the best of the best can't find its way into your life is because you're holding yourself back from receiving the true abundance that this universe offers for you. And this is because of the conditionings. This is because of the surrounding of your parents telling you that you're not good enough, or your teachers telling you that you're not good enough. Society in general projecting their own fears and their own shortcomings onto you and holding you to something that is below your true potential. And generally, when it comes to reaching your true potential in a business or monetary aspect, there's almost no force greater to engage with than the fire of Asmodeus. So this has been my experience. Now let's transform this tale into something more practical. Let me tell you how I practice wealth magic with Asmodeus and how you can do it as well. Now, first things first, and I like to include this passage because it is important for me to tell you this instruction, because I don't know how often you engage into ritual. This may be the very first video that you watch about Asmodeus. That may be the very first video that you watch about the magical practice. And what I suggest to everybody who's engaging with Asmodeus for the first time is that you research about the spirit. Collect information, collect data, and be curious about his being. Don't see this as a quick fix to your monetary issues or problems, because the reality is that you need a transformation in order to experience a windfall of prosperity. A quick fix is never a long-term solution. And when you're engaging with the spiritual powers, and everybody who has before will learn that it is about transformation first and the manifestation of results second. So in order to achieve the business success, the money, the new position, the wealth, the whatever you're desiring, right? You need to transform the inner world first. And this is really what the spiritual practice is all about. By channeling these energies and by working with these energies, by engaging with these energies, you have to understand it's not a quick fix. It's a journey, and it's a path that you have to walk on. And when working with a particular spirit, it will always be like a path that you walk on. And this path begins with a collection of information about that spirit. Gather all the knowledge and information that you can, because this will help you to open the Pandora's box, right? To form a mental image about the spirit, to understand about what other people have learned or experienced when working with that spirit. And I think this is always a great starting point, information collection. Read in books, read online, read in forums, watch videos, meditate on the sigil, meditate on enchantings. I will include this recommendation in all of my videos because I truly believe it's a genuinely productive step to engaging with the energy. And once you have built that foundation, you can come into the practical steps. Now, the first practical step would be the meditation, learning how to calm your mind. And this is why, as a preparatory work, you can meditate on the sigil or on an enchanting to truly focus on one thing at a time. With TikTok and social media and all of the pollution of the mind and the senses that is going on, you need to be able to quieten your mind and to become present and aware of everything around you. And from this presence and awareness, it's so much easier to tap into the frequency of the spiritual and to tap into the true abundance. And this is also why many people report, oh, I did the ritual and it didn't work. Well, doing the steps, doing the routine is the one thing, but experiencing the transformation is crucial in order to manifest the physical results. And one of the steps that will be necessary for all transformations is becoming aware of yourself, becoming aware of your thoughts, becoming aware of your tendencies, because your thoughts and tendencies and emotions have led you to where you are right now. And if you don't like where you are right now and you seek more, you know that your potential is more, then become aware first of these tendencies that have led you here. And this awareness will help you to engage in the spiritual practice in a productive manner. It will help you to perform the ritual in a productive manner. Now, when going into the ritual, and let me give this little disclaimer here, I'm talking about my experience and my subjective approach. You may be doing it differently. Another person may be doing it differently, and it is totally fine. I genuinely believe if you approach the spiritual practice in general with respect, curiosity, and an intuitive drive, there is no right or wrong. Respect every being, respect every spirit, respect yourself, and respect everybody you engage with. Don't have hatred and negativity in your mind or heart, and go into any practice or business or venture with an open heart and an open mind. Now, when you have done the information collection, when you have gathered information, and again, don't rush this process, take your time with it. When you have done the meditation, meditated on the sigil, meditated on the enchanting, made sure to clean and cleanse your mind over multiple days or even weeks and engaging yourself with the energy, then you are ready to perform the ritual, and you will know when you are ready to perform the ritual. And sometimes you may have that burning desire to perform it here and now, and then you can follow that intuition. I'm not here to tell you what is right or wrong. I'm telling you, trust your own path and trust your own intuition. Just understand that there is no quick fix in life. Everything has its price. And you may carry the dogma that the price is that you have to sell your soul or some sort of religious indoctrination, but that's not the truth. The truth is that in order to get somewhere else of where you are, you need to change your inner state first. And this is what we do in the ritual. Now, after you've done that preparatory work and you are ready to initiate the ritual, what I recommend to you to engage with the transformative fire of the great King Asmodeus is that you prepare the ritual items. A sigil is absolutely essential. The sigil of Asmodeus, the beautiful sigil, you can draw it. If you are keen of drawing or painting, you can draw or paint it yourself. Or you can even print it out and then use a pencil to redraw the lines, because this way you're still adding your own touch to the printed sigil. I like doing it this way because it's then not just something digital, but you can add your own handwriting to it. All right. Now the sigil is essential. If you have the sigil, other offerings that I like to give are the following. I always like to use candles, and when working with Asmodeus, you can use red candles, you can use black candles, or whatever color association you may find or think is in alignment with the goal of your ritual. But when it comes to money magic with Asmodeus, I like to have candles present, and usually these are red, black, or green is a good color also for money magic, even though I personally prefer using black or red candles when working with Asmodeus. Now, when you have these candles, what you can do is you can carve the name or the sigil into the candles, because this dedicates this candle that has been formed by somebody else. And again, you're adding your own touch to it. Everything that you're doing, you're already accumulating energy for the ritual, right? And every item that you're collecting and every piece of the puzzle that you're forming, you're collecting energy for the ritual. So you have the sigil, you have the candles. Incense is another great idea. Frankincense, sandalwood incense, rich incenses are amazing. And when you prepare the incense, what you can do is you can rub the incense up and down with your finger, and you can chant the enchanting of Asmodeus, which I will repeat over the course of this video. And you can visualize the sigil of Asmodeus. You can visualize that fire being transmuted into that incense, and you can even ask the spirit of sandalwood or the spirit of frankincense to help you to dedicate this incense to the great King Asmodeus. So there you have another great item. And these are the fundamentals, right? And these are the fundamentals because the smoke, the fire, the sigil, the enchanting, these are the fundamentals for performing the ritual, for transmuting the energy, for creating this dense, energetic, fiery space that you can use then over the course of the ritual. Other items that I like to use when it comes to money magic is money. I like to bring money onto the altar when I perform money magic. I like to bring items that are associated with wealth and abundance. Jewelry or whatever in your eyes or mind is appropriate. You can even use jewelry that you wear on a regular basis and dedicate this jewelry to Asmodeus and ask him to bless this jewelry so that when you wear it, that you wear his power and his fire is ignited within you. And this power and this fire, before I discuss the rest of the ritual items, I want to make this quick side note here. The fire of Asmodeus is incredible when it comes to achieving something, even when it comes to competing or doing something in business. The fire of creation that he instills in you, the fire of being creative, the fire of dominating something, this drive to really become good at something or really thrive. This is what it instills in you when you're working for him for that particular purpose. Now let me get back to the items. Money, I think it's a good idea to have money on the altar because money is a representation of wealth, obviously, right? Money isn't real in that sense, it's just paper, but it carries a particular energy. And you can also ask the spirit of money, right, to be with you. Now you can use essential oils or ritual oils. There are different oils that you can use, and in my other videos I've described in great depth what kind of oils you can use. You can use these oils, for example, patchouli oil is something that is good for wealth magic, and you can open the oil, you can hold your hand over it and dedicate it to Asmodius by charging it with the enchanting of the great King Asmodeus. And the enchanting goes, Eyarava Shaloren Mighty King Asmodeus Saken. That's how I like to say it. And additional items that you can use apart from ritual oils, from money, from incense, candles, the sigil, is offerings to the spirit. Now what I like to give to Asmodeus, he is a king, right, in his deception, and if you're working wealth magic, I like to give Asmodeus a fine bit of alcohol, a nice whiskey, a nice rum, something that is worthy of the presence of a great king. And yes, you may spend some money on the offerings or the ritual, but you gotta invest into this process in one way or another, through energy, through money. And I'm not saying it's necessary, don't get me wrong, right? If you have very, very limited financial means, whatever you can gather and charge with your energy and intent is fine. But on the other hand side, sometimes it's good to make a little sacrifice, right? Sometimes it's good to spend that extra money and buy some nice offerings because you're investing in the process in a monetary way, and it's another anchor of subconscious belief that this transformative ritual will work in your favor. Now, a nice bit of alcohol is something that I like to give to Asmodeus over the ritual process. What else? Apart from that, you can offer dark chocolate, you can offer fine foods, and you can search what aligns with you and what you want to bring to the altar. But I think these basic essentials are already very productive when it comes to performing an effective wealth ritual. Now, when you have gathered all of these items together, you can start with cleaning the space that you're in. You can use Palo Santo, or you can use an incense. You can use white sage to fumigate the room and clean it of any residual energy. You can also use the incense or the Palo Santo, whatever you're burning, and hold it over your crown chakra, go above your body with it and cleanse your own aura and purify the space and yourself before engaging into the ritual. I find this very effective. It's a practice that's been done for a long time, and I do think it has an effect on grounding yourself and your aura. Now, when the space is cleaned and yourself, you can start the ritual, and you can first create a circle around you, and I like to do that in the way as Connolly has done it in her book, and I really recommend this book to anybody. And you can use the direction of air, fire, water, and earth to draw a little circle around you, right? In the name of the water, in the name of the earth, in the name of the fire, in the name of the air. I draw this circle, and only pure energy is allowed here, right? You're raising the frequency, the vibration of the space. Now, when engaging into the ritual, these are the steps that I like to follow through. You start off by dedicating all the items. Dedicate the incense, dedicate the candles, dedicate the food, clean the food, make sure everything has that extra bit of energetical invest into the great King Asmodeus. You can do that by holding your hand over it and imagining the fire, right, above the candles, imagining the fire above the food, imagining the fire above the money. You can visually see the sigil burning into the money, burning into the candle, burning into the food. You can see the fire of Asmodeus burning in these faculties of manifestation. And then you can light everything, light the candles, and keep enchanting. Mighty King Asmodeus again. And you keep on repeating and repeating and repeating. And while you're enchanting, you're dedicating the items. And you will feel with the smoke and the fire, the energetical space is being built, right? And then you can go ahead and take the sigil and connect with the sigil. You can gaze into it, you can lay it on your lap, you can hold it in your hands, whatever you think is the best way to go about it. Let the fire, let the intuition, the fire that burns within you guide you during the ritual process. And again, whatever you individually go with the flow in this particular moment will be the exact right way to go about it. Now, you hold the sigil and you keep enchanting. Well, you keep enchanting over and over. Mighty King Asmodeus again. And then what I like to do is I like to prick my finger and I activate the sigil with my blood. And I give the blood onto the sigil and I say, with my blood, the spiritual energy, in the name and by the power of my ancestors, I activate, I charge the seal and sigil. As a sigil, a gateway to the power, the energy, the essence the wealth, the fire of the great King Asmodeus that I seek to enable into my own life. May your fire burn into my life, and may you help me to manifest XYZ, right? And in return, I bring to you these offerings, and I shall only speak the highest of you. And I promise you to XYZ. Make sure that you are certain about your intent, and that you have something that you give in return. This may be offerings, this may be dedication, this may be something like I'm doing here right now, an act of gratitude. And whilst you're performing the ritual, after you've given the blood, you're holding the sigil, and you use this energetical current and space that you have created to visualize and to feel the exact emotion that you would feel when you have already achieved your goal. The money, the career, the business success, the new position, the abundance, the extra $500 maybe that you're seeking. It doesn't matter if it's big or small. You feel the exact emotion here and now because you've already access to it. Time just needs to catch up, right? So don't get it confused. You can manifest it there and then you let go of any limiting belief that it won't come through. You feel this frequency, this vibration, and you ask for the fire to initiate you into that goal, and you ask for the great King Asmodeus to initiate you into that goal in a respectful manner, not in a commanding way. Remember, approach every spirit with respect. Every being in general, every human as well. Make sure you do that as a little side note. Don't wonder why you're not successful in life or in business when you go around and fuck people over. Be a decent human being. Now, back to the ritual. If you've given the blood onto the sigil and you keep staring into the sigil and you see yourself and you feel already how this future version that is incarnating right now and here in the fire, that is born out of the fire, you feel the abundance, you feel the money, you feel the goal already manifested here and now. And you see it. You see it in the smoke, you see it in the fire, you see it in the sigil, right? And you enchant it as well. I am, I am, I am, I am. You keep saying, I am. And you keep seeing it, you keep feeling it. And in the name of the fire of the great King Asmodeus, you keep commanding reality, not the spirit, reality to form and bend by your will. Boom. And there you have it. And now you can sit there with the sigil, with the fire, with everything transpiring, and you can communicate. And some people may have a communication with the spirit, and other people may have not, and both is totally fine. Don't doubt yourself, trust in the process and trust in the spirit. There may be communication that you feel or sense. There may be noises, there may be something, or there may be nothing. It will be exactly in the way that it needs to be for you particular and for your individual journey. All right? So you can use the stage of the ritual to either keep visualizing, to keep enchanting, to keep affirming, to keep feeling the exact emotion, or to keep communicating with the spirit. Maybe you will get a little hint, maybe you will get a little message, maybe you will get something that you need to change or that will come through. It will be very individual, and I will not be able to tell you exactly how it transpires for your particular journey. But you will feel the fire, you'll feel the energy, you will feel the goal. And after this stage, many people ask me, what do we do with the offerings? Well, you let the candles burn, you let the incense burn. And then for the food or the drink, you can go with your intuition. Some people like to consume it and they say, feel, taste this beautiful chocolate or taste this beautiful rum through my lips or great King Asmodeus. And then you sip it, and then you visualize. Use the burning of the rum to see the vision that you want to manifest. All right? Or some people may like to bury it or reconnect it with the earth to ground the energy. Okay, that's also a great way to go about it. And like I said, you can use the stage to communicate and go with your intuition. Some people may perform the ritual in 20, 30, or 40 minutes. Other people may take 2 hours for it. It will be individual and up to you. Just trust yourself in the moment and after the ritual as well. Trust in your own intuition that you are on the right path and that you are doing things the right way. Let go of all the doubt that has been casted onto you, right? And after this stage of the ritual, you will close the ritual. And this is a fairly simple process. I like to thank the spirit. I will say something like this. Thank you, great King Asmodeus. Thank you for blessing me with your presence. Thank you for joining me here. Thank you for listening to my request. Thank you for helping me to shape and bend reality in a way. Thank you for manifesting your fire into my life. Thank you, great King Asmodeus. May you depart as you wish to. And now this is what I like to say. May your energy stay with me. All health to you. Thank you forever. This is how I like to do it. And then I clasp my hands together with a strength and say, I close the gates that have been opened and seal them shut. Right? And then boom, there you have it. Now, you can do another post-ritual routine, right? Where you do a little bit of cleansing or whatever. But what is important, and I see many people doing this, I'm personally not a fan of it and I like to share it. Therefore, I don't like to cast out the energy that I've just summoned. Why? The energy that you summon is the transformative energy that you seek in your life, right? So I don't light incense or light sage or whatever to banish something. No, I don't think that is necessary. Because this is again coming from a fear mindset. And I believe that everything that you desire in doing, you should feel no shame and guilt about it and no fear about it, therefore, right? But if you want to raise the frequency and the vibration of your room by lighting some Palo Santo or some white sage afterwards, that's totally fine. Just make sure to ask the spirit to depart in a respectful and healthy way. And for me personally, I also like to invite the spirit to stay around as long as they want to, if they desire to, right? And then afterwards, you can burn something to raise the energetical frequency, the vibration of the room and the space. And now it is time to ground yourself and take action. So after the ritual is done, don't just sit around and wait for the prosperity to fall from the heavens. No, that's not how it works. Take action. If you want more money, work. Start a business, apply for the next position, go to your boss and ask for a raise. Do everything that you can to open as many paths and avenues so that the spiritual power can come through and the abundance can come in your life, because the only reason why you haven't done it before is because you've been holding yourself back. But you left all these limiting beliefs, you left all these doubts and fears and worries in the ritual. You left them because you already leveled up to a new version of self through the fire of Asmodeus in the ritual. And this is how I like to do it. And it's been very effective for me time and again. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it works exactly how you imagine, and sometimes it may work very different. But at the end of the day, one thing that I've always experienced when engaging into ritual is transformation and change. And this is at the end of the day what it is all about. And again, what you have to remember and be reminded of is that time is very limited to the subjective experience of mind. Your mind perceives time in a way where from higher spiritual densities and planes it is not perceived in this way. Everything is happening simultaneously, right? So you may have already manifested, but now through the doubt, because a week or 2 or 3 months have passed, you may be hindering the manifestation of coming through, right? Remain in the knowing that your desires are coming through, and remain in the knowing that through your own actions, you're manifesting said desires. And by repeating the action in good faith, and with the knowing in your heart that they will come to fruition eventually, even if it takes a year or 2 or 3, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Time is subjective. But go with that knowing, take that knowing out of the ritual, that abundance is following you, that abundance is coming to you, that abundance is not only on its way to you, but already there in your life, right? And count your blessings as well. Be grateful for everything that you have, for your health, for your family, for whatever it may be. Find the blessings in everything, and let the fire take care of the rest. Now, this has been an interesting video to make. I wanted to make this video for a long time, and I do believe that wealth magic and money magic is a transformative practice and something that has been blessing me time and again. And especially working with Asmodius, it's been just a mind-boggling experience. There have been so many situations where I just couldn't comprehend with the accuracy that in the ritual it was determined that it exactly came through in this way. But again, it may not be the same way for you. It may be different, and that's totally fine. Everybody's on their own path. Long story short, you guys, let me end this video with the following words. Check out the videos in the description. This is the most up-to-date version of my understanding of the spiritual path in this particular video. And it may be if you're watching a video from 2 years ago of mine, you still get a different perspective, but that's also another interesting perspective. I want to invite anybody and everybody who has already worked with Asmodius to share their experiences in the comments below. Share your experiences. Make that grateful offering to the spirit that has helped you, and also help others by sharing the experiences, because this can motivate others to engage in the practice and help them understand the practice in a better way. So share your experiences below, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask below. Let me end this video with the final words of thank you, great King Asmodeus. Thank you for everything that you've bestowed up into my life. Thank you for making me a stronger, more genuine person and man. Thank you for transforming myself in ways and shapes and manners that I could have never imagined. Thank you for blessing me beyond belief, and for the accuracy that you have proclaimed the blessings with, coming through in a way that is far beyond magically even understanding. Thank you so much, great King Asmodeus. Thank you for everything that you have done for me. All hail to the great King Asmodeus.